Then you start clapping the goblin's cheeks. Reapers, what's is good? It's your boy 𝐿𝐴ZA. Using the vibes, we're back with another reaction video. Use of the reaction content. So I continue to do it for you guys. Ranking the top 5 mysterious unsolved events in history. Guys, there's been so many events that just didn't have a cause to them. We're dive straight in. If you enjoy the reaction content, reaction videos like the features, simply hit the like button. You subscribe to the notification bell. Like a bitch, Twitch streams are fucking amazing. Let's dive straight in this video.
Well guys, it seems that these dusty old scrolls need a good old dusting, because whilst it's been a while, thankfully for us, the many mysteries of ancient history are once again getting a look in over here at Top 5 Scary Videos. Truth be told, for me, ancient history is one of the most fascinating modicums of knowledge, albeit a knowledge that will most likely remain hidden for all of eternity. But hey, that's why these mysteries are so damn interesting, right?
I like your shirt, buddy. Very sexy.
Over 2 parts of this series, we've managed to highlight quite a few contemporary mysteries that have otherwise left humanity scratching their heads. But I think we can go one deeper. I think we can go back even further than before. So, let's find out. Hello horror fans, what's going on? And once again, welcome back to the Scary Channel on YouTube, Top 5 Scary Videos. As per usual,
the channel honestly has like the most interesting videos to react to.
I'll be your horror host, Jack Finches. Today, we curiously take a look at the top 5 most mysterious unsolved events in history, part 3. Roll a clip.
Oh no! You good, buddy? Bro's morphing.
For the curious amongst you, of course, that scene was from 2012's Prometheus, which, although it got a bit of flack on release, it's an awesome movie, and I loved it. On that theme, if we're going to be talking about unsolved events in ancient history, we may as well begin the whole thing by visually depicting the fictional origin of all life in the universe, xenomorphs and necromorphs included, because why not, right? Ancient aliens and all that is probably the best explanation for quite a few of the items on this list, to be honest, so let's find out. Kicking off at number 5, Stone Tongue, which again is a pretty damn awesome name for a death metal band, right? But if you're a fan of this series, you'll already know that lists like these are literal golden skull mines for naming yourselves and all.
Oh no, what's happening to this bitch right here? Oh no, you're being buried alive?
Your death metal glory. So, metalheads that are looking for a band name, take note, please. And also, thank me later. Anyway, Stone Tongue. Let's first cast our gaze back to 1991.
Do people like, I love metal, I love rock, but do people casually just, I mean, there's nothing wrong with starting a band, but do people casually like go in the mindset of like having one take off nowadays? There's nothing wrong with that. I was just curious.
In Northamptonshire, Britain, where archaeologists discovered a gruesome and even stranger mutilation that emerged from the remains of Roman Britain. Now, it's no hidden secret that Britain is littered with instances of intrigue from the Roman occupation of Britain, but this one in particular seemingly doesn't fit any sort of logic, or any of the many other mysteries of ancient Britain. At the bottom of a burial pit, buried beneath dozens of other bodies, archaeologists found the skeleton of a man whose tongue had apparently been amputated and instead replaced with a flat stone wedged into his mouth. The burial site at Stanwick near the River Nene dates back from between the 3rd or 4th centuries. What
is that supposed to be? Did they like measure it or some shit? Oh, that's creepy, bro. Dead corpse!
People in Roman Britain would have congregated in small farming communities. Now, it's certainly not rare to find makeshift burial pits in Roman Britain. In fact, they are a dime a dozen. But the strange thing was, this guy was buried at the bottom, face down. And not only was he buried face down, which would usually indicate some sort of fear of him by the community, but his tongue was cut out and replaced with a stone. As researchers noted, this was something that just hasn't ever been identified as a practice so far in archaeological records. There are no other known occurrences of this ever happening in Roman Britain, so far anyway. And the fact that this was on top of the matter of him being buried face down, well, who the hell was he? What was he doing? It is believed that the man would have been in his 30s at the time of his death, and one theory is that he had mental health issues and was actually responsible for severing his own tongue. Perhaps the tongue was the community symbolically making him whole again, but then why was he buried face down? Now, archaeologists are currently trying to correlate this practice to ancient Germanic laws, but its place in a small farming community in Roman Britain, yeah, that remains a complete and utter mystery. Swinging in at number 4, 𝐶𝐲𝐵. And I absolutely love
catch
this
my
one,
boobie.
as well as pretty much all of the next few.
I don't have boobies. What do you mean catch your boobie?
Entries, because nothing gets my mind worried.
That's like the one reason I wish I had big milkers, bro. just so I could do that. Like, that's like the one reason I wish I had milkers, just to do that shit.
Ancient structure that no one knows what the hell it is, or what it was doing, or why it was even there. Let me introduce you to the 𝐾𝐲𝐲, an ancient wall in southern Jordan that since its identification by British diplomat Sir Alec Kirkbride back in 1948 has had archaeologists scratching their heads ever since. I say identification because Kirkbride certainly didn't discover the structure per se, but instead he noticed that whilst he was flying over Jordan, there was a very apparent and very clear line across the geographical landscape.
A line? What, a line I could sniff? Never done lines in my life. But, that could be the first. No, that's real shit, bro. Like, let's just keep hearing.
In fact, that ran 150 kilometers, making it the longest linear archaeological site in Jordan. Now, why would anyone build a wall of such length? Now, the Romans had reason to with the Picts, ancient China had reason to with Genghis Khan, but 𝐾𝐲𝐲, what's that all about? The thing is though, whilst the purpose of this wall is the frantic subject—
It looks so... It doesn't even look like... What it... Is that like gravel? What is it?
Of debate, we do know who built it. The semi-nomadic Bedouin people led by the Arab prince 𝐼𝐭'𝐬. Historically, there is a certain recognition of the Bedouin people using the wall, but there is still no concrete evidence to determine its purpose. Archaeologists during the 1940s and 1950s argued that the 𝐾𝐲𝐲 was used for military and defense purposes. However, there is a clear problem with that assumption. This wall is far too low for it to have ever been a successful defensive mechanism, and although it is massive in length, at best estimates it stood at around just 1.5 meters high. What was it keeping out? Not a lot. So then why have archaeologists also discovered over 100 ruined towers across its span? Yeah, more and more questions. Oh, and also, did I mention that best estimates point toward it being built in the Iron Age?
Dude, all this guy's saying blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like.
𝐾𝐲𝐲, everybody. A complete and utter mystery. Next up, at number 3, the Golan structure. Alright guys, if 𝐾𝐲𝐲 had you scratching your head, then the
Is this like one of those alien type like circles and fields or whatever?
Golan structure is going to require some form of head scratching machinery. Let me introduce you to the Golan structure, also known as Rajum el-Hiri, an ancient megalithic monument that resides in the Israeli-occupied portion of Golan Heights, just off of the east coast of the Sea of Galilee. Made up of more than 42,000 basalt rocks arranged in concentric circles with a mound that is 15 foot tall at its centre, the Golan structure has often been referred to as the Stonehenge of the Levant. Why? Well, of course, because it dates back to at least the early Bronze Age, to between 3000 and 2700 BCE. So what is it? Who built it? What purpose did it serve? Yeah, that'll be a we don't have a freaking...
It looks like a pie, bro. I was collecting pies and Slunny Tubbies the last night, but they're creepy. What's that? Is that broccoli? Someone paragliding? What the fuck? This looks creepy, dude. I always like thought these are just like alien summoning things. You know what I mean?
Clue on pretty much all of those points. The outermost wall of this structure is 520 feet in diameter and 8 feet high, and since archaeological excavations have thus far yielded very few material remains,
I feel like I don't know. I just always thought these were like summoning aliens. Like if you put one of these in your field, an alien is just gonna like summon a. Like, if you own cows or, like, on a farm or whatever, and you have one of these bad boys in your fucking area, that cow goes in there. Oh!
Most Israeli archaeologists believe that this site was certainly not of a defensive position or a residential quarter, but most likely, as the vast majority of these enigmas are, it was a ritual center. And not only that, but a ritual center that is possibly linked to the cult of the dead. But on that note, there's even more of a mystery, because so far, no human remains have ever been found at the site, only objects pointing to its function as some kind of tomb. And also, hold on to your hats guys, because this is where it gets weirder. At the center of the Golan structure, the actual entrance to a tomb was discovered, one that during the June and December solstices, its axis is perfectly aligned with. Yeah. More questions, fewer answers. The thing is though, as its namesake as the Stonehenge of the Levant, no other structures of its kind have ever been discovered, which is even more of a head scratcher
It kind of looks like, why am I getting like the Shining Maze vibes from this, bro? It looks like, dude, getting lost in like the Shining Maze and like a blizzard is like, that's terrifying, bro. The idea of just being lost in like a corn maze or whatever in like a blizzard, dude, when it's freezing as fuck. Or like it's just foggy as shit, you know what I'm saying?
Considering the fact that in ancient Britain,
I mean, like I've always, nah, never mind. I was gonna say like you climb over it, but it's like, if it's like a corn crop, you can't climb over that shit. But if it's like a grass wall, like it wasn't shining, you know what I'm saying?
as well as in South America, structures like this are pretty common. Some believe that its purpose was to worship Tammuz and Ishtar, the ancient Mesopotamian fertility gods. Others suggest that it was used by the Dakmas of the Zoroastrians to lay out their dead and let the birds remove the flesh from their bones. Some say that it was a calendar or a site to observe the constellations for religious calculations. Maybe it was all of these things at some point in time, but as it remains, we may never know. Coming in at number 2, the Great Lakes Copper Mystery. Oh boy, here we go. If you're not already feeling perplexed at the mysteries of the ancient world, then I'm fairly certain that this one will knock your metaphorical socks off. In the wilds of Michigan's Isle Royale National Park, it remains a beautiful and remote location, but thousands of years ago, the island was home to a thriving mining industry. Yes, mining. The rich veins of copper that ripple through the site's bedrock certainly drew the attention of the early Native Americans, and the fact that they diligently used this ore to make tools and jewelry is evident still. But the actual extent of their operation remains a complete and utter mystery. Why? Well, because around 6,500 years ago, there is clear and startling evidence to suggest that roughly 500,000 tons of copper was mined from the land. 500,000 tons of copper, which simply put, is a staggering amount. Now, the copper culture complex is an...
Why do these look like... Are these flutes? Can I play hot cross buns on it, bro?
Astounding feat of ancient civilization regardless. But here is where our mystery takes another turn. You know why? Because Michigan copper is some of the purest copper.
This looks so... Why does this look like a fucking fruity pebble, bro? No, it looks like... You know what this... Why does this look edible, bro? It looks like sugary. You know what this looks like it tastes like? It looks like chocolate with like fucking... It looks like chocolate with fucking dinosaur eggs in them.
Copper on the planet. Keep that thought in mind. And 500,000 tons of it, well, frankly put, there should be more evidence to its use throughout the Midwest. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of a leap here, and I'm going to point us toward another ancient mystery, one that occurred off the coast of Turkey, roughly around the 4th century BC. A shipwreck that was discovered just off the east shore of Uluburun, discovered by a sponge diver back in 1982. Now, the Uluburun shipwreck is a bit of a mystery in and of itself, but it's with the content of its cargo that we're concerned with here. Within the hull of the shipwreck, over 10 tons of copper oxide ingots were discovered. Now, oxide ingots, which are named so down to the fact that they are shaped with rectangular handholds on either side, were relatively common in the late Bronze Age period of the Mediterranean Sea. You know what is weird? Testing on these ingots later discovered that they were extraordinarily pure for others of its kind. In fact, more than 99.5% pure. The oxides themselves were brittle blister copper with voids and slag bits that only occur when multiple pourings were made outdoors over wood fires. There is only one type of ore of this purity, Michigan copper, the kind mined over 6,500 years ago in the copper culture complex of North America. Yeah, beats me, guys. And finally, coming in at number 1 spot, the Ness of Brodgar. And I absolutely adore this particular Neolithic mystery, and at the moment this is pretty much my direct inspiration for scholarly study of the ancient world. Now, we've covered this area quite a few times on this channel, and if you like...
This looks so... Dude, this looks like kind of like... This is terrifying. Like, there's like the idea that just some tsunami could just come and like take all this down, bro. Fuck.
To find out more about places like Skara Brae, the ancient site discovered on the Orkney Isles of northern Scotland, then please check out our Scottish history list. And also, you know, do your own discovering, because Neolithic Orkney is absolutely amazing. But there's another place that is even more remarkable than Skara Brae, the Ness of Brodgar, perhaps one of the most important discoveries in archaeological record depicting just what the hell was going on during the Neolithic period of ancient Britain. Now, back in 2003, in a site that occupies the central position with the Orkney archipelago that lies between the locks of Stenness and Harray, an imposing complex of monuments were discovered, a series of structures that seemingly were of pivotal importance importance to Neolithic Orcadians, and perhaps even further afield, perhaps even the whole of ancient Britain. The site itself, which lies between the already discovered ring of Brodgar, a Neolithic stone circle that has its own mysteries, as well as the equally mysterious stones of Stanes, dates back to at least 3300 BC. As of 2016, 14 structures have been discovered, with many of them being built on top of each other, suggesting
All I'm hearing is blah, 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 blah. Dude, I'm zoning out like crazy. Blah, 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 blah. Ah!
perhaps an even older use of this site and a location of incredible importance to the Neolithic people of ancient Britain. Without a doubt though, the most impressive structure known as Structure 10, which appears to be a Neolithic...
What are those, bro? Those villager houses? Huh? Or tiki houses? Who? Tiki. Blah, 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 blah. Dude, what the fuck? Why is this... What is this supposed to be made out of? It looks like fucking, what's it called? What are those things called? Fuck. I forgot. It looks so soft. Like, why do I just want to, like, step on this, bro? And just jack off on it, you know what I'm saying? It looks so damn, oh my god. Look at all this water right here. Y'all ever just be living casually in one of these neighborhoods, bro, and then you just, you know, you take your dirt bike, bro, you ride down this way, and then, oh, you see a goblin over here. Hey, goblin. You cannot pass over here. Oh, yeah, shut your bitch ass, and then you start clapping the goblin's cheeks.
Pyramid is even more of a head scratcher. Yeah, I just said Neolithic pyramid. Around this site, which was used prolifically up until around 2200 BCE, after which it abruptly stopped, archaeologists have since discovered the bones of approximately 400 cattle, around which the carcasses of several red deer were placed, with many of their tibia bones being cracked and extracted for marrow, suggesting the site of a feast. Do you know what's weirder though? During this event, there is also evidence of the temple being largely destroyed, brick by brick. Seemingly, for some reason, the Neolithic Orcadians built this site as a place of incredible importance, used it for 1,000 years, and then one day threw a party and tore the whole thing down. I have no idea, guys.
I have no idea either.
I want to know. Well, there we have it, folks.
Well, guys, this is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, guys. Which one of those events scared you the most? If you guys enjoyed scary content, what scary videos teachers need to do? I'll see you next one. Peace.